Well, 40 years ago today, Roe versus Wade, the landmark decision by the United States Supreme Court on the issue of abortion, reshaped the landscape of our country and our national politics, dividing much of the United States into pro-choice and pro-life camps while activating grassroots movements really on both sides. Now, at the time of that decision in 1973, there was a young woman in Indiana that was over 4 months pregnant, and for the first time during her pregnancy, she had a choice. Not much is known about the circumstances that surrounded this young girl, but she was facing a decision that would impact the lives of literally thousands. She could do away with this child and no one would ever know, but something inside of her wouldn't think of that. She loved this child way too much, so she gave birth, and then she gave away that little girl to a family in Noblesville, Indiana. That little girl herself would grow in a loving home, learning how to give love away to those closest to her. She would learn what it means to be a lady, and through the gift of athletics would also show other young girls what a lady looked like. She wasn't perfect, but she learned that there was someone who was, and he loved her more than any other. So she gave her life to Christ and committed to serve him. A few years later, she gave birth herself to 3 beautiful children, whose destiny is still being shaped by this Proverbs 31 woman. And because a brave young woman chose to give birth to this little girl in June of 1973, just 5 months after Roe versus Wade, God chose to give this woman to me as my wife. Tomorrow we'll celebrate our wedding anniversary, looking forward to the exciting things God has planned for us and for the children that God has entrusted to us, all because of a woman we may never know chose life in 1973. May the Lord bless her for that courageous and selfless